Hello everyone and welcome back. In this episode we are adding anchor points, or let's say local points. We're going to use them to grab our objects, to add our joints, that there will be a force, and yeah, to move them around basically. Here you can see our end result of this episode. This green dot here is our anchor point, and yeah, we need to do some things. We need to rotate, move, create a map, so we can have a lot of anchor points to use. All right. Then let's jump Visual Studio. And I think we should start at the shape class. So go to the shape. Oh, actually, I think I'm gonna, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. In the shape class, we need a new map basically. So just like in the other episode, we're gonna add a new map, and I'm gonna call this one anchor points. This will be a new map. Then we have some new methods. One is create anchor point. This will have a local anchor position. So local anchor pos, and we can say this dot anchor points set. So we are saying we want to add this anchor point, and I'm going to say this dot anchor points dot size. This is the ID, and then I'm gonna add the position from this anchor point to the centroid. So the current position of the shape. We need to add the local anchor position. This will be like, for example, 50, and the centroid of the shape, for example, will be 650. And if our anchor point is going to have 50, so basically just 50 pixels to the right, then we need to add the centroid to get the right point. Yeah, and that's just add this centroid and local anchor point, and that's basically everything we need. And then we retrieve the ID. This is, well, anchor points dot size -1. So we added our anchor point right here with the anchor point size, the current size. Now, after we added it, it is one item more. So we're gonna get the ID with -1. Of course, we can just say here anchor points dot size. It would also, I think we're gonna use this method because it's easier. So let's say this dot anchor points dot size. This is our ID. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is our ID. There we go. And then I'm gonna say console.log created anchor with ID, just for some debug information. There we go, and I'm gonna return the ID because we need the ID. For example, if we want to remove the anchor again, then we need the ID to to know which anchor we want to remove, right? And as I said, we want to remove anchors, so I'm going to add this method too. So remove anchor. This we are going to need the anchor index, or the anchor ID basically. Okay, then we can say let removed is this dot anchor points delete. We delete an entry, and this is the anchor index. Then we can check if it really was removed. So I'm gonna say if it's not true, then I'm gonna say gonna give a debug message anchor with ID, anchor index not found. There we go. And then I'm gonna return removed the boolean. All right, this is our anchor. Now we can draw our anchor. For this, it's a oh, I don't want to do this one. We need a for loop again, but this time it's going to be a reiterating through a map. So we need, well, I'm gonna do it a little bit different. I'm gonna use well, this way to iterate through. I'm gonna say const key value of this dot anchor points dot entries, and I'm gonna say draw utils, draw point. At the value position, the key will be the index of the anchor with a radius of 5 and a color of green. Alright, then we can draw it then. And then we need to add the same loop to the move function, because we want to move, of course, every point. And yeah, I'm gonna iterate through the list again or through the map again, but I'm saying list anchor points with the key. Yeah, with the key. Well, actually, I have to say this dot set with the key and then the delta position. So I'm basically adding the current anchor position, which is the value. I'm gonna rename this one anchor pos. So I'm adding the anchor position with the delta position from the movement. And then we have the anchor points for moving, and now we need to do the same thing for rotating. So just copy this, add it under the calculate bounding box. And here I'm gonna say rotated is equal to, it's basically, you can just copy this one, this line math helper rotate around point. And we have to replace this dot vertice with anchor position. This dot centroid, this is right, radiance delta, this is also right. And then we need to set it. So this dot anchor points dot set. Then we need to anchor the key again. So key, and then the rotated position. And that's everything. I hope I didn't make some mistakes. I'm sure I did. But let's see. Yeah, go back to the browser and hope I didn't make any mistake. And okay, it looks good. That's our simulation from the last episode. I'm also gonna change some things there too. So it's gonna look like I showed you in the first couple of seconds. In the simulation class. Oh, 1 second though. There we go. This one. Yeah, in the simulation class, I'm gonna change these values here. I'm gonna change the box size to 15, the iterations to 50. Okay. And then I'm gonna say this rectangle here will have a position of 200 and 400. a size of 200 by 100. I'm not gonna rotate that. I'm gonna say rectangle dot create anchor at position new vector 2 minus 50 25, and I'm gonna create another anchor point. Yeah, I'm gonna just copy this one, create another anchor at 50 and 25 again. Well, positive 50. Yeah, and then I'm gonna push this rigid body, and it's gonna have a mass of 100. And I hope we will see now our points, our local points. Of course, I did a mistake. What's the mistake? Recreate anchor is not a function. Ah, of course, yeah. It's not create anchor. It's create anchor point. And I think I'm gonna rename this to just create anchor. Okay, so this one rename to create anchor. Go back to the browser, refresh. Is there another error? No. All right. Our anchor point is moving too. That looks good. Yeah, I think now we have everything for grabbing objects and our joints. Awesome. All right then. As I said, in the next episode, I'm gonna add the grabbing objects and so on, and then we go to the joints. Yeah, see you there, and till then, have a nice day.